how much I missed these sessions and the people in them after missing 1 week.
Aw. Yeah, it wasn't the same last week.
It's good to be back.
Hell is this? A white rose? Did she leave this here? A flower? What does she think she is doing? Is she trying to aggravate me? That garden. That damn rose garden is the whole problem. Flowers serve no purpose but to deceive. That garden is a sign of weakness. It has no place in this house.
Is this me?
Yes, I believe so.
Approximately a week had passed since then. The white-haired girl was, as usual, spending her time in her room reading, staying inside the house. Then Maria barged in.
Madam! Madam!
Oh my, you're out of breath. What happened?
What happened is we have a big problem. The garden. The rose garden.
The garden.
All the roses you put so much love and care into growing are being chopped down. We'll lose them all if we don't hurry.
Upon hearing the news, the white-haired girl dashed from her room and toward the garden, with Maria following close behind. When she arrived, she saw a dozen or so sweaty, rugged men at work. Jacopo shouting orders. The men clearly had no concept of how much a single flower was worth. No concern whatsoever for their beauty. For they mercilessly, thoughtlessly, hacked away at the shrubs like they were naught but weeds. Each flower they tore from the earth extinguished another of the many lives the white-haired girl had put so much time and effort into tending for.
Jacopo, what are you?
Oh, hello, Maria. I didn't expect you would come with her.
Why would you do?
Why? Why, it goes without saying. This house has no need of a garden. Damn flowers have no place here. Might as well do something worthwhile with the soil. A miniature railroad would be better use of the space, and certainly a greater deal easier on the eyes. I could even get my hands on some genuine wheels. The same wheels being used on the revolutionary transcontinental railroad. 10 or 20 years down the line, they'll be worth a fortune.
Jacopo.
You know how much this garden meant to me, don't you? Did it honestly have no place here? Flowers have a common effect on people to give you peace. They're not by any means worthless.
You're saying the white rose was your passive-aggressive way of telling me to calm down?
Not at all. I simply thought you...
At the end of the day, you're just using them for your own purposes. To trick and deceive. To you, this rose garden was nothing but...
Jacopo! You've gone too far. This isn't right.
Gone too far? This is my mansion. What I do with my property is my business.
God.
With that rose arch out of the picture, we'll have a much better view. There won't be anything blocking the sun any longer. Weren't you supposed to be sensitive to sunlight? Spend too much time out here and you're liable to fall ill. Get back inside now. You too, Maria.
The poor thing, though she did not say a word, was surely thinking, "Are you truly that determined to rob me of my sanctuary?" The words twirled around in her head, unable to make the final journey to her lips. She stood there, looking down at her own feet as her husband marched off, and listened to the screams of the roses being reaped. After being torn down by Jacopo, the garden reverted to a state of ruined desolation. A shame, after all the work that went into restoring it to the beauty it had under the flaxen-haired family. And as Jacopo had said, in its place went scraps of metal, train wheels, prototype models, carbon rods. These items may have had value for him, but I certainly do not think it was worth robbing his wife of a place that made her feel comfortable, just so he could store them there. Besides, I was rather fond of the rose garden myself. The roses seemed to evoke a sense of nostalgia in me. I felt as though, somewhere beyond the edge of my memories, I had seen another garden of roses, modest though it may have been. But I cannot remember when it was. Does that come as a surprise to you? I'm quite sure that there are periods of the mansion's history of which I'm not aware. But in any case, Jacopo had caused many people great pain in order to repurpose that garden for himself. And he continued to walk all over his wife. Whenever she tried to do something kind for him, he would brush her off, saying, "That's not your place." He paid no mind whatsoever to the looks of dejection that rose from her face each time he rejected her. I was beginning to wonder if anything she had said about the man he had been a year earlier was actually true. And if it was true, could a person really go through such a drastic change of heart in such a short time? What do you think, Master? No, I've spoken enough about me already. I seem to be talking a lot about myself this time. But that is hardly appropriate behavior for a maid. Now, let us return to our tale. That evening, the white-haired girl sat in her room staring sorrowfully at her Phanacus wheel. A small mirror before her, she tried spinning the paper disc. But it was just not the same as before. Her husband was not there at her side, and even more critically, there was not a smile on her face. And then, she heard a faint knock on the door.
Who is it?
It's me, madam. It's me. May I come in?
Oh, Maria. Of course, come in. What are you doing here at this time of night?
Was just wondering how you were doing. Should I have left you alone?
Oh, it's no trouble at all. I'm always glad to have you.
You're making me blush, madam. I got the feeling you were a little down in the dumps. So I'm not here because I need to be. I just kinda ended up here, I guess.
Maria.
Sorry, I'm not making any sense. I can be a bit of a busybody, you know? Trouble with boundaries, I guess. Never been able to fix that.
No, I don't consider you intrusive at all. I cannot count how many times your bright smile and cheerful energy have shone a light on me when things were dark. If I didn't have you, I wouldn't have given up already. You seem to see right through me. Even now, you're exactly right. I am feeling a little dispirited. That garden was an even bigger life raft than I thought. Perhaps I'm being overly dramatic, but the roses were almost like children to me.
I get it. I do. You put your heart and soul into tending that garden. It was obvious how much you loved them. Of course it's gonna hurt watching a bunch of men stomp all over your flowers when you care for them like your own children. Now, I know I said this once already, but you don't need to force yourself to put up with him. Really? You don't have to bend to his will just because you're a woman. You can survive without him. Preach. Anytime you want to walk away, that's your choice. I mean, I'd sure be lonely if you left, madam. But your happiness is more important than any of that. So, you know...
Thank you, Maria. I truly do appreciate it. But I would still like to wait for the day I can see his warm smile once more.
If you say so. Well, in that case, guess I'll just have to be there to back you up. It'll be alright. You leave everything to this holy virgin. I'll have a stupid grin on my face no matter how down you're feeling.
You really are the reincarnation of the Mother of God, aren't you?
Oh, you. I told ya, it's just a joke. Whatever. So hey, madam, how about a dance?
Dance? At this time of night?
Yep. And since it's so late, no loud music. All you get is a little whistling courtesy of me.
But this room is too small for...
We'll use the Great Hall.
Wouldn't that put us in everyone else's way? He would probably complain about the noise, too.
No need to worry. Jacopo's out inspecting some factory or something today. After that, he's got a meeting, so he'll be staying the night elsewhere. The rest of the maids are in their rooms chatting away. No one will notice. Where I come from, we dance all the time. We take, eat, drink, and be merry to heart. No food or drink for us, but we absolutely can dance. Dancing's a great way to forget all your cares.
I am not much of a dancer.
No big deal. Nobody's watching. Come on, put on a little fancy perfume and let's have some fun.
I don't have any perfume, though.
Didn't think so. You've got all the right ingredients, madam, but you don't try to make anything special out of them. You've got so much potential, but not even a decent-sized wardrobe. At the very least, you should wear some perfume. Which is why... Ta-da! I brought some with me! The maids are in love with this stuff. It's a big hit with women all over the country. The base is vanilla, and it's got several other fragrances mixed in. Give it a try. It smells divine.
But Maria,
Come on, what's the harm? Just a little splash on your wrist, like so. What do you think?
Ah, you were right. It smells wonderful.
Doesn't it? So you like it?
Yes, very much so.
Excellent. Now off we go to the Great Hall.
Are we really going to dance?
You bet your butt we are. It's not healthy to hole up in your room all day. I know you can't handle a lot of sunlight, but you still gotta have some fun and move your body. Come on, let's go!
Oh, Maria.
Though she looked outwardly uncertain as Maria led her forward, hand around her wrist, the white-haired girl seemed to be enjoying herself on the inside. Having spent her life without a single friend, she never dreamed the day would come when she would find herself being dragged through the empty halls of a dark mansion by another woman. Maria's presence seemed to shine a light upon the quiet corridor. It would have been a very lonely trek without her. Maria spun around, gave an impish smirk, and raised her pointer finger to her lips with a soft shh. The sight of it caused the white-haired girl to chuckle quietly. The two of them, on their way to their secret, private ball, were like two adolescent girls. In short order, they arrived at the Great Hall.
My heart was pounding all the way here.
What's there to be nervous about? Like you're breaking any rules. Only kids get in trouble for staying up late. Once you've grown up, you're responsible for yourself.
I will say, though, that it seems rather odd for two women to dance together.
Oh? If you're having a good time, what does it matter what's between your legs? Where I come from, there are dances where families lock arms in a big ring and go around in circles. So who says two girls can't have some fun together?
I imagine you had many good moments with your family.
Well, I don't have a family anymore.
What?
Alright, so I'll show you how it's done. Watch carefully, because you're up next.
Okay.
With a wide grin on her face, Maria began whistling softly and prancing around the floor with an energetic rhythm. It was not the kind of complicated dance you'd see at fancy parties. The motions were simple, flowing, unembellished. A folk dance, I suppose you might call it. She seemed to be improvising a little bit as well. But in any event, the white-haired girl was captivated. Despite it being a sequence of steps anyone could replicate, Maria breathed life into the dance. She was neither as light as an acrobat nor as light on her feet as a professional dancer. She was her own lively, beautiful self. Maria twirled in place, the skirt of her maid uniform billowing gently up around her. With a smile, she extended her hand toward the white-haired girl. She hesitated for a moment, but as if being pulled forward by some invisible force, she took Maria's hand. Hand in hand, Maria ushered the white-haired girl into her dance. It was just the two of them, but you could almost see the crowd forming around them. The other people stepping up to join.
That's it, madam. Doing great. Now lift your leg up. Good, and spin like so.
This is not easy, Maria. I'm having trouble following you.
You can do it. Looking good so far. You're a natural, madam.
Oh, Maria. I won't fall for your flattery.
Dang. I mean it.
The whispers of the two girls, their muffled laughs. Step, hop, step, step. The rustling of fabric. Many different soft sounds layered atop one another, creating a little bubble of happiness in the center of the hall. The white-haired girl's movements were a great deal clumsier than Maria's, but Maria would never disparage her for that. On the contrary, she showered her with praise. As flustered as the white-haired girl appeared, I imagine she was quite pleased. Before long, the tightness in her face muscles loosened, a smile spread across her lips, and she began to brighten up.
See? See? What'd I tell ya? Fun, huh?
Yes, I'm quite surprised. Both that I can dance and that I enjoy doing it so much.
Glad to hear it.
They exchanged looks and both laughed. That might have been the first time I had ever seen the white-haired girl so delighted. However, because of her infirmity, she quickly found herself out of breath, her porcelain skin flushed red. Maria immediately stopped for a break. She could surely have continued dancing for some time yet, but Maria was conscientious of the white-haired girl's physical condition. She looked over at Maria regretfully.
My apologies. If only I had more stamina. I'm hardly a suitable partner for you, Maria.
Sure you are. This is all to cheer you up, madam. So as long as you're having fun, nothing else matters. And heck, I'm enjoying myself plenty too. What do you think? Wouldn't it be nice to do this again sometime? Whenever you're feeling down, let's dance.
If you really do enjoy dancing with a frail girl like me, then I would be glad to.
Have a little more confidence in yourself, madam. You're so pretty and kind-hearted. I have loads of fun when I'm with you. So you don't need to be so hard on yourself. Got it?
Thank you.
The pleasure is mine. It is an absolutely honor to have the rare opportunity to see such a bright smile on your face, madam.
My apologies for keeping you out so late. I should get back to my room.
Oh, I didn't even realize what time it was. I'm more than up for a little more gum flapping.
You've improved my mood more than adequately. I would not want you to be tired for work tomorrow.
Okay. Well then, let's get out of here.
Yes, let's.
Smiles on both of their faces. They made to exit the great hall. However, before they reached the door, it swung open. A man's towering shadow cast the two women into darkness, his cold, bitter glare affixed on them. If I'd had even the faintest premonition this might happen, I would have done anything in my power to stop the two cheery girls on their way to the hall. But I am eternally powerless.
What are you doing?
Standing before them in the doorway was the master of the house, Jacopo.
I thought you would not be back until tomorrow.
And how would you know that? No, forget that. Does my staying the night elsewhere have any effect on you? You were just waiting for this opportunity, weren't you?
No! What would I possibly want you out of the house for?
So you know better than anyone.
What?
What's that smell? Perfume? When did you get perfume? And I have to say, you seem to be having quite the time. Look at you. You're out of breath. Red as a beet. I made the right decision coming back. Where the hell were you going?
No, I wasn't going.
Jacopo, calm down. Seriously.
You shut it. Now you're taking this tram's side? Dare you? I've told you before you are not to leave this house without first consulting me. Or do you mean to tell me you've forgotten? God, your ears are just for show, alright? They're better than that. They'll even throw out the parts you don't want to hear.
No, I swear. I was not doing anything you...
Silence! I have no interest in your excuses. You're always watching from the shadows, observing, trying to not to step on anyone's toes. And in the back of your mind, you're mocking me.
No,
Listen up, and listen good! You just try stepping out of line again. You just try disgracing me again. You will not get away with it! For the love of God. Get back to your room now. You too, Maria.
All right.
God. What is this sickeningly sweet smell? How utterly infuriating! It'll take me forever to get this off me. I always thought you had at least some sense of taste.
Why did he have to disparage her so? What did she do wrong? What did she do to deserve that? She did nothing whatsoever wrong. She deserved none of the ridicule he showered her with. However, she was not a strong-willed woman. She did not have the courage to retort to the man yelling at her. And neither did Maria, it seemed. Without another word, they both scrambled out of the great hall, away from Jacopo. The white-haired girl was painfully miserable sight to behold. The cheer had drained from her spirit, and the rosy hue from her now pale cheeks. She was hunched forward slightly, looking like a small, scared animal.
Say, I'm sorry. This is all my fault. If I hadn't asked you to dance, and me bringing the perfume only made things worse.
Oh, you need not feel bad about anything, Maria. Everything you did was with my best interests at heart. So, don't worry. I will be fine.
So, madam, I'll clear everything up. I really am to blame after all. He wouldn't even give you the time of day if you tried. He's a stubborn little shit when he's mad. I'll talk to him. He's more likely to listen to me. I'll make sure he knows he was jumping to conclusions, that I'm the one who dragged you out there to dance. And also that I forced you to wear the perfume. I'll clear everything up, okay? So please, you cheer up.
It would be best if I could tell him myself. But yes, you are right. He would likely not listen to me. He rarely ever listens to me. I should be ashamed. I cannot even hold a simple conversation with my own husband.
These things happen, you know. It's not easy being married in a lot of ways.
Yes, you're right. I apologize for having you do something so unpleasant, but I would appreciate that.
Oh no, no problem. I'm happy to. No need to apologize. I've got this. I'll dunk his head in cold water until he's not blowing steam from his ears anymore. I'll cool him down, promise. And you never know, maybe he'll be open to listening. You could be back to the way you were a year ago in no time. Don't you worry. I'll take care of it, madam. Be positive. You look so much better with a smile on your face.
Alright. Thank you.
I doubted Jacopo would listen, even coming from Maria. And I imagine the white-haired girl felt much the same way. However, that on the number of hope. She let herself dream. She let herself believe, even just faintly, that everything would go well. Such is human nature. When uncertainty has you in its clutches, you grasp at whatever hope you can find to keep yourself afloat. That night, she did not sleep. She was afraid that even in her dreams, Jacopo would be shouting at her. She felt as though her memories of a year prior were beginning to crumble away. The next morning, Jacopo stood alone in the den by the billiards table. He appeared to be rather agitated. His face was twisted into a frown, his pointer finger tapping relentlessly against the hard surface of the table. Evidently no longer able to stay in one place, he paced a circle around the table, then swiped up a rack and cue, setting up a game of 9-ball. I'm not intimately familiar with the ways by which men entertain themselves, but in truth, I was bewitched by the sight of him leaning over the table. It almost seemed as though a steel rod ran straight through his shoulder to the tip of his outstretched finger, upon which the cue was secured by another finger looped over it. With a smooth, flowing motion, he thrust the cue forward slightly, pulling it back and repeating the process once more, before ramming it into the cue ball, sending it falling into the diamond of colored balls. A chorus of clicks and clacks emanated from the center of the room. Balls collided with one another and ricocheted off the cushioned walls, a few landing in the pockets situated around the edge of the table. Jacopo appeared to be accomplished with this little trouble, but I imagine merely striking the cue ball with a stick would be rather difficult for someone inexperienced. But despite his accomplishment, it seemed to only exacerbate his agitation. Lousy positioning, he muttered, though I hadn't the faintest idea what he was talking about. What should have been a game for his enjoyment, he went about with a constant look of exasperation. I suspect he was using it as a way to blow off steam, and as a result, the tension in the air was palpable. I felt it would be improper to intrude upon him, even considering my distaste for the man. There was an undeniable beauty in every motion he made, every perfectly audible ability was bouncing on one another. It was an enchanting sight. But then, someone without the slightest regard or appreciation for beauty came marching in with a hammer to shatter it like glass.
No, go for it.
Gotta say, that was pretty impressive.
The man leaned against the frame of the open door. He was neither a resident nor a worker of the mansion. The man's face was covered in scraggly stubble, his body draped in grime-caked garments. His eyes were sunken so deep it was as though I was looking at a fleshless skull, though there was a feral glimmer in them. Needless to say, he was not prim and proper.
Where have you been there?
Not long. But man, I can't help laughing. You were completely in your own world there.
What do you want? And why didn't you send a maid for me?
Don't be such a hard ass. We ain't strangers, man. Why should family have to go through the maids to see you? That just ain't right, brother. Your door should always be open for family.
Enough. I am not your family.
We're bound by something even stronger than blood. By our family. Our Koska.
Don't. You only ever bring up the Koska when it's in your interest.
Ooh, scary. Come on now. What happened to you, little Jack? Where'd the little boy who used to call me Uncle Tommy go?
Don't you dare use that godforsaken name. Get the hell out of my sight. What in God's name are you doing here?
The man hailed from the same country as Jacopo. They had a peculiar relationship. Though they were not blood-related, he referred to Jacopo as family. They came from a sunny island in the Mediterranean Sea, a place of many unique customs, an entire underground society. Koska was a word that originated and referred to those underworld families. It would be another 30 or so years before organizations like theirs received much public attention. At the time, they were not widely...
Sorry.
Just a short step into the future. What was it? It would be another 30 or so years before organizations like theirs received much public attention. At the time, they were not widely known. Just a short step into the future and they would grow so powerful, the very mention of them would send a chill through the room.
Hey now, that's no way to talk to a fellow Biarazati. You're on the short list to become the new Capofamilia. We respect our brothers. That's how we operate. I could go home and say you threw me out of your house. How'd you like those rumors to spread, huh? The soon-to-be Capofamilia wouldn't even listen to a little request.
I very much doubt anything you said could damage my reputation.
I ain't been exiled yet. As long as I'm still one of them, they won't ignore me. Whoa, that's some mighty fine-looking whiskey you got there. Don't mind if I do.
Then here's for you to drink.
Booze is my lifeblood, man. No love for a brother?
You worthless leech. Surely won't be long before you find yourself in exile. If you're lucky enough to get off the hook with just exile, that is. A child could snap that scrawny neck of yours.
If I'm gonna go, I'd rather go tied up tortured for days, covered in tiny little cuts from head to toe.
You sick bastard. You disgust me.
Call me a carnal adventurer. I despise the mundane. Last thing I want is to go out like a wet fart.
This what you came for? To waste my time with your insipid nonsense?
Oh, hardly. Surely you have an idea of what I'm here for. And how much I need.
You damned maggot.
A worthless leech, a sick bastard, and a damn maggot. What other names you got up your sleeve for me?
You son of a... Do you honestly think this is how you ask me a favor?
Oops, excuse me. I beg of thee, O esteemed future capo familia. I'm bone broke. Not even enough money to put bread on the table. Could you spare a little for, brother?
Brought this on yourself, I'm sure. I hear more than enough stories about you, and hardly any of them pleasant. Drinking, gambling, debauchery. I'm humiliated being the same Koska as you.
You want to make money playing? You gotta learn the game first.
Says the one who played himself into oblivion. Now, do you honestly believe I'll give you anything?
Oh, but you will. You got no choice. Koska rules. You're required to help a fellow countryman. Especially considering how few of us there are stranded on this colossal landmass. You won't even notice the money's missing. It ain't because you can't, but because you don't wanna. But, Jacopo, being a tight ass does nothing for you. Me coming to you for help keeps your good name clean. That's the thing about being boss. You quietly keep little shits like me out of trouble. So that trouble don't come raining back on you.
You do not seem to understand your place. Rather than lecturing me, you should be on your hands and knees, begging and crying for my help.
If that's what you want, I'll gladly comply. Happy to kiss your boots while I'm at it.
Don't even think about it. Know this. There won't be a second time. I'll be reporting your conduct to the family back home. I look forward to seeing how they deal with you.
Just try to have a little mercy, would ya?
Hey! Is there a maid around? It doesn't matter who.
How may I serve you, master?
Get a single stack from the safe. Here's the key. It goes without saying, but don't touch anything else. Give the money to the man as you're escorting him out the door.
As you wish. Is that all you needed?
Yes, I'll get to it.
Very well. Excuse me.
Well, well. That's one looker of a maid you got there. But there's something, I don't know, eerie, strange about her.
Fancy it. Be on something.
How long's she been working here?
Couldn't tell you. As I recall, she came with the house. Is that what kind of woman you fancy?
A gal you can't read will always be interesting.
Is that so? Now that he mentions it, how old is that woman? Though I suppose it doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, Jacopo. One other thing I wanted to talk to you about.
What is it this time? And if it's more of your blather, I'll shoot you dead where you stand.
Now, no need for threats. This one's about your, better half.
What about my wife?
Well, to put it simply, yeah. She came to me asking for advice, looking a little distressed.
A wife asked you for advice?
Yep. From the sounds of it, you're pretty rough on the little lady. That just ain't right, man. You managed to snag yourself a broad that pretty, you ought to treat her at least a little better, you hear? She looks good with a smile. You gotta make her show it to you every once in a while.
Why would she come to you about that?
Don't ask me. Maybe she ain't got no one else to talk to. And you know, for whatever it's worth, I am part of the same Kuska. Guessing she thought I'd get through to you easier. Really, you just have to put a little more thought into how you act around her, and she'll be smiling for you like always. Oh yeah, I've got just the thing. Women love this stuff. I'm sure she'll be thrilled.
That perfume?
Haven't you heard? Everyone's talking about it. I'm a big fan of this stuff too. Smells great. Pretty girl smiles at you wearing some of this, any man would be in love in an instant. You've never given her nothing fashionable before, have you? May look like just scented water, but you can't let that fool you. Go on, give it to her. You like a nice smelling lady too, don't you? A little bit of scent can give a different flavor to your nighttime excitement.
Vanilla.
Well, I've said my piece, so I'll be taking my leave. Don't want to keep your maid waiting too long and get on her bad side.
Hold on, Tommaso. Why would she?
Make it last. That's all the advice your Uncle Tommy has for you. Ciao.
Wait, Tommaso! I could go after him. It'd be a simple task to catch him, grab him by the neck, make him tell me. Tell me where he spoke with her, what she told him. But why? Why will my legs not move? Asking him for advice, fashionable perfume, a smile? She looks good with a smile. She'll be smiling for you like always. That can't be. She hardly ever smiles around me. But she'll smile for him? Last night, when she was short of breath, having such a grand time, wearing that perfume. Getting ready to leave the house. Just who was that smile for? God damn it! Don't you think I'll let her run free any longer?
His eyebrows were furrowed, creating deep creases on his forehead. Several servants stood off to the side, watching their master attentively as he stomped past them down the corridor. However, no one said a word to him. Had I not been preoccupied attending to his countrymen, I likely could have prevented it. The look on his face would have made it obvious something bad was about to happen. Something that would serve only to further her misfortune. She was already in a less than ideal situation, and it was perched on the edge of a hill, soon to begin rolling down into even worse territory.
Jacopo! What's the matter? If you wanted to visit, you could have said something, rather than coming in without knocking.
That really necessary?
Pardon?
Is there something you so desperately want to keep from me that I must knock before entering? That I should have to let you know in advance that I'm coming?
What? What are you...
Well, is there? You want to talk to him behind my back, I'm told. What'd you tell him? You moaned to him about my behavior?
That hurts.
You told him I'm rough with you? You cried on his shoulder because I'm not nice enough? Him, of all people.
Wait, Jacopo! You're mistaken. Let me...
Silence! Not a word. Not a single goddamned word. The only thing that comes out of your mouth is excuses. Lies and fabrication. You put on your sweet, innocent little girl act, but what's really going through your head? Maybe I should just rip that mask off your face.
Maybe a little bit more anger, James.
Stop, Jacopo!
You look down on me. Your nobility! And I'm just a nobody who married into it.
No, stop! Let go of me, please!
When did it... You've been seeing him. Who else have you been seeing? Covering yourself in fashionable perfume and smiling, even though you never smile around me?
Please, let me go!
I can see it in your eyes. He's just a worthless commoner.
Why would you think that? Why will you not listen to me?
Silence! It's all your fault! Every last thing! I tell you not to leave the house, but you do. I tell you to do as I say, but you ignore me! Every last thing you do drives me mad! I don't have time right now to deal with this, to rack my mind over you, over a woman! I don't have time for it! Why do you not do as I say? Do you not have enough already? Huh? Were you not satisfied until you've taken my arms and legs? I've given you money, clothing, everything! You have an incredible life! Look around you. That life of luxury you and your parents wanted, it's right here! You have it! What more could you possibly want? Why do you insist on being unfaithful?
Unfaithful? You think that what I am doing is unfaithful to you?
How else should I describe it? You leave your room despite me ordering you not to? Don't think I don't know. When you came to the den the other day, you had your eyes on the other men.
No, I did not. I had no such inclination.
And now, not another word from you. I have no interest in your excuses. If that's how you're gonna act, then say goodbye to your freedom. You're forbidden from leaving the mansion, or your room for that matter. Or even speaking to the servants. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll make you a new room. Too many people coming in and out of this one. It'll be somewhere quieter, out of the way, like the garden. How about I put it there? If you leave that room without my permission, this time, I'll kill yous!
Why? Why will you not listen to me?
Jacopo, the master of the house, likely loved by the white-haired girl. That is what I saw in their exchange. What? Normally, love is supposed to be a sweet, warm, wonderful emotion. It makes you care for, value that person even more than yourself. But it was the exact opposite for him. I never knew that love could be such a painful thing. How did his love end up so twisted? What did he expect to happen by confining and abusing the woman he loved? Perhaps he was conscious of that. To be human is to sometimes find oneself driven by uncontrollable internal impulses. A few days later, Jacopo dragged the white-haired girl from her chamber and led her outside. The garden she had once loved was now a thing of the past. It had become a dreary space, nary a rose in sight, and being taken there did nothing to improve her mood, only sadden her further. The cold gray piles of metal freckling the barren earth seemed to mock her. Her husband led her, the lady of the house, to a shed that had been repurposed into a Spartan living area. She begged and pleaded, but Jacopo would not have it. He shoved her into the sad little shack and locked the door.
How did things end up this way? Why? All I wanted was to go back to the way things used to be. For us to be able to smile around each other.
It had been several days since Jacopo had locked her in the shed, and her day-to-day life was only growing more arduous. She was under constant surveillance. The door was only unlocked to deliver her meals 3 times a day. And despite what an unfortunate situation their employer's wife found herself in, the maids chattered and gossiped and giggled freely. Not even in the shadows, out of her presence, the tactless young maidservants whispered directly into the white-haired girl when they brought her meals. "Look at you, madam, caged away like cattle." I could almost hear the sound of cracks forming in her heart. I imagined she had gotten to the point where she was having difficulty merely holding herself together. She had done nothing wrong, and yet she was forced to live this life of insults and mockery, of ridicule. The only reason her tenuously held together spirit did not completely shatter was because she still had her one and only ally. The maid Maria volunteered to attend the white-haired girl. Maria took over the duty of delivering her 3 meals, meaning the other maids stopped coming by. And that relieved the white-haired girl's mental and emotional stress considerably. Maria became her sole conversation partner, her sole companion. She did not leave as soon as the meals were finished, instead remaining in the shed with the white-haired girl for some time.
So, madam, how about a funny story? I flubbed up pretty hard the other day. You want to hear about that? So, a couple days back, I didn't get enough sleep the previous night, right? I'm helping out in the kitchen, half awake, playing up some food. And when I go to bring it out to the guest, my heart about leaps out of my mouth. Guess why? What I thought was a plate was actually an ashtray. Man, I was sweating like a pig. The guests didn't seem to notice, but the other maids were pale as ghosts the entire time. Just about everyone had themselves a case of the vapors. I got quite the tongue lashing at cleanup. Pretty funny, huh?
Oh, did you? Sounds like it was a pretty bad day.
Yeah. Hey, madam? I know there's not much point in telling you to cheer up right now, but I'm sure he won't keep your mouth up forever. He's just a bit crabby for now. What am I saying? It'll be alright. Although, I guess this is a bit drastic for a temper tantrum. I'm sorry, madam. If only I had pushed him a bit harder, if only I had a little more influence, you might not be in this situation. I thought I could be of some help, but I guess I'm not doing a great job of that.
Of course not, Maria. You absolutely are. Just you being here takes a great weight off my shoulders.
Still, though, I feel so worthless. Because I'm just a maid. I can't set you free.
It's okay. I am used to being imprisoned.
What? What do you mean you're used to it? He never locked your door before.
You're right. I'm not sure why, but I feel as though I've been in a similar predicament before, lacking freedom and contact with others for a long stretch of time.
I'm sure it's simply the exhaustion getting to you, madam. No one should ever be used to living like this.
Yes, I agree. And I pray things go back to the way they were soon.
Has getting mad at him never crossed your mind?
Getting mad.
Yeah, you know, when he yells, you yell back, let him know he's in the wrong. Never considered doing that?
I
guess you're not one to get angry, madam. Which would mean you're a better fit for the Holy Mother than me.
Oh no. I do. I do sometimes want to get angry. Tell you the truth, it's almost always going through my mind how, if I did raise my voice, perhaps he would listen to what I have to say. When I'm standing there in front of him, and he starts shouting at me, I freeze up and end up not saying a word. Just such a pitiful woman, everything about me. When I need to speak up most, to stand up for myself, I cannot.
Oh, don't look so down. That's not a bad thing. It's just got you in a little bit of a pickle right now. But I'll clear everything up with him. You hear me? In my mind, your modesty is a virtue. And the more I think about it, I can't even imagine you screaming. I like you better the way you are, reserved and ladylike. You can leave all the yelling to me. I'll do whatever I can to help you, madam.
Were you able to clear up his confusion about the night you're dancing?
Oh, about that? Sorry, he just wouldn't hear it.
I see.
But I'm not throwing in the towel. I'll keep trying, as long as it takes. So,
Say, Maria, could I perhaps ask another favor?
huh? Yeah, sure, let me have it.
I would like to write him a letter.
Right. A letter? To someone who lives in the same house?
Yes. Things stand. I cannot simply go visit him on whim. And I feel as though I could calmly express on paper things I am unable to say to him face to face. I feel as though I could calmly express on paper things I am unable to say to him face to face. I suspect I might not have more luck that way. I also believe he would be more likely to maintain his composure reading my thoughts in a letter than hearing them from my mouth. With it, I can clear up all the confusion, and things can go back to the way they were.
A letter, huh? Interesting.
I'll write the letter, which I would like you to deliver to him. May I ask that of you?
Absolutely. Not a problem.
Thank you, Maria. You are the only person I can count on.
Didn't catch that last part.
Okay. You are the only person I can count on. And I mean that.
Why? How did this happen? Why would she betray me? I wanted to give her a decent, happy life. I didn't want to get violent with her. Yet, when I saw her face, when I heard what she had to say, I couldn't restrain myself. I guess what it comes down to is that no matter how you dress it up, still a Berzati. There was never any way for this bloodline to give that girl happiness. God damn it. Why am I fretting over this nonsense? And I'm supposed to be the future head? Ha!
An illusion. But they're dancing. They really are. And they look like they're having a wonderful time. And you're sure it's an illusion and not something else? To me, it does not seem to be. I cannot see it as anything but two tiny people dancing.
That's how it works. Reach out your hand and try to grab him. You won't be able to.
Ah, you're right. That's a shame.
I didn't think you actually would.
But it's the most precious thing. They look as though they're dancing atop my palm.
It's almost frightening how much innocence rests within those hands. It's as if they've been completely cut off from all the world's filth. My hands, however, are soaked in blood. I fear that bringing her into my world may taint her. Am I capable of protecting this woman's purity? Yet, as I watched her so joyously playing, I felt as though I had gotten close to her. I was the one being a child that day.
Jacopo, it's me, Maria. Is it alright if I come in?
Maria. It's fine. Come in.
Alrighty. I have so much to say to you, but I probably won't yell at you. Color me surprised. I didn't think you let me in.
I denied you access to my room.
Nope, but you've been looking pretty glum lately.
I've never exactly been a cheery man.
Haha, true enough. I know you told me before not to talk about your wife, but I'm going to stick my nose where it doesn't belong today. There's been a lot of chatter among the maids lately about you getting rough with her. I mean, you've got the poor thing locked up in the shed outside. Leave the best impression on anyone.
You here to box my ears?
I don't know, 50-50? The other half is, I'm concerned about you. I know you're not the kind of man to threaten someone without a good reason. You're not.
I thought you were friends with her.
Oh my goodness. I am! And it hurts seeing her in so much pain.
Then why has that not changed the way you act around me? I would think you'd be scorning me with the rest of the maids.
Oh, I see how it is. And trust me. And we've known each other for so long. This isn't a question of whose side I'm on. You're in pain too. I can see that. You've always bottled things up, kept them hidden. You're too proud to rely on others. Or you should probably vent to someone before it reaches a point where you no longer can. Say, Jacopo, do you remember the promise we made a while back?
How far back?
Back when you were still shorter than me. You were 14, and I was 12. I had to leave town, and you came to see me off. Quite frankly, I didn't think you'd come. I was surprised, even if I didn't show it. Jacopo? Where's your dad? Or are you here alone?
Didn't even tell me.
Ah.
There's no reason you should have to leave town. My old man says the Campanellas have more power. I should be the one leaving.
It's not that simple. Grown-ups have a lot to consider. So don't give me that look, Jacopo. This is me, right?
I think so.
We were kids, but we'd both kind of started to catch on to the situation with our families and to the bonds that land held on us. Although we didn't know any of the details at the time. My grandpa owned all the land the city was built on, but he was a very conservative man. He didn't try to spread his influence, instead opting to fortify what he had already had. I don't know exactly when it first started, but organizations were used to administrate cities. And when we were kids, my dad was the capo I think this is Jacopo, sorry.
And when we were kids, my dad was the capo familia, and my grandpa was a consigliere. But just because he was an advisor didn't mean he was powerless. While my dad had made the decisions, my grandpa was the only one who allowed them to allowed the fight on him on them. Your father was a capodicina that served under my dad. He wasn't especially happy about that. But parents' quarreling doesn't affect the kids. Or at least, that's what I thought at the time. And what you probably thought too. But there was a chance we could be caught in the crossfire. So my dad decided to send me and my mom away. Off the island and to the north, with some more prosperous areas. He thought by sending us there, we could live our lives clean, regardless of where we came from. There's no change in what's in your blood, though. You could have told me to. Or were you planning on leaving without saying anything?
No, it was just all decided so quickly.
Why do you sound so accepting? Adults have a lot to consider. You bet they do. But you could at least let them know you're up into it, Maria. But no, your tail went straight between your legs as soon as you were told. You just gave up and accepted it right away. I thought you were better than that.
You think... You think I don't know that? But I'll just be in my dad's way if I stay. I'm a kid. A girl! I wouldn't be of any hope if something happened. And I don't when I need someone to protect me.
I've never once thought of you as a girl.
Excuse me? Hey now, that's mean! Oh jeez. Thanks, Jacopo. Now you're getting me all mushy too. If anyone should be sad here, it's me.
Sad.
Oh, really? You sure you're not actually torn that I won't be around anymore? You're a huge crybaby after all, Jacobino.
Hey, I cried. And don't call me that.
I made you mad. Short fuse as ever, I see. You've got to learn to keep your head. You're a man, an heir to the Berzatti family.
Don't you lecture me.
So pig-headed. You could at least listen to me this once before I'm gone.
Hey, Maria. Got a little time to spare?
Yeah, sure, but not much. The carriage is gonna be here soon.
Do you have enough for a trip to the hill and back?
Yeah, I should have time for that.
Because of our families, we weren't really able to get along with the other kids in my city, so we played a lot up at the top of the hill. It became kind of like our new secret lair. There was an abandoned house up there, I guess an old farmhouse or something, and kids love that sort of thing, you know? We called it Casa Nostra, our home, and we pretended it was actually ours. We drew circles on the wall in chalk and used it for target practice. We brought up a bale of straw and used it to make makeshift beds. When either of us got into fights with our parents, we'd say the night here instead of home. In retrospect, I'm sure they knew where we were going and just let us do our thing. Oh yeah, there was this one time we were playing and a huge storm rolled in, trapping us up there. The wind wasn't just howling, it was screaming bloody murder. It was blowing so hard I thought the entire house might fly away. As I recall, you were crying that night.
Hey! Nero, you're here to see me off too? There you go, wagging your tail with that dumb look on your face. You have no idea what's going on, do you?
It wasn't just the two of us who had made Casa Nostra our home base, though. There was one more, a stray black dog. I'm pretty sure it didn't have actually black fur, though, and it was just really, really dirty. Of course he doesn't. He's a stupid animal.
Oh, don't talk about him like that. He's one of us.
Planning to do without about Nero? Just leave him behind?
Nothing else I can do. Can't bring a dog in the carriage. Besides, you're here, so it'll be fine. You take care of Nero, alright?
Doesn't like me. You're the only one who can take care of him.
maybe so, but I'm not coming back. He'll starve to death if you don't figure something out. He's a puny runt. I doubt he could win in a fight for scraps. Come on, do it for me.
You said you wouldn't be coming back. Did you mean that? Are you absolutely never returning to this town?
There's no telling what may or may not happen, so it's best not to get your hopes up. Better that than the pain of getting let down. Well, I've turned into quite the cynic, huh? Maybe if I'd been born into a more normal family, I'd be in my room in a pile of dolls right about now, my head in the clouds.
Can't imagine you doing that. Nor do I think that's normal.
Well said. Hey, stop that, Nero! Quit licking me! That tickles! Ugh, and you reek!
Maria,
What is it?
come back. I don't care if you don't know when it'll be. Just don't say you'll never return. No one knows how things are gonna end up. Maybe my old man will gain more power. Or maybe yours will. If things continue as they are, it'll be your old man. Then, down the line, I will work in service of the Campanella family. And that's just fine by me. But even if that's not the future that lies ahead, I promise I will make a place for you. So Maria, question. Oh.
This is my line. Question. Do you have a crush on me?
What?
Kidding! I'm just kidding! No need for a conniption fit. I was just playing around.
Damn. Have a serious conversation, and then you... listen to me. I don't have any of those, those kinds of feelings for you. I consider you a lifelong friend. My one and only friend. That's why I came to see you off. And that's why I'm telling you this now. Whether you're a girl or a boy is irrelevant. Friendship lasts much longer than something so fanciful as romance. Am I wrong? Don't laugh, damn it. It's humiliating.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I agree entirely. Yeah, we've always been on the same page, Jacopo. Maybe we did fight a lot, but there wasn't one we didn't get through. No one else understood just how lonely it was, wearing a mask for all the other kids, trying to fit in to their happy little circle. We couldn't afford to be found out after all. Neither of us had any real allies. Except for each other, of course.
Nope.
I'm glad I got the chance to play with you. If you hadn't been there, I probably wouldn't have bothered caring for Nero either. It was too funny watching him chase you around.
A sick girl, Maria.
Thank you. So hey, Jacopo, this place will still be Casa Nostra even after I leave, right? You won't do anything to it, will you?
Of course not. This is our home. That was always the plan.
Right, Thanks. Though, you being all nice is kind of creepy, Jacopo. It's not gonna start snowing, is it?
Oh. Respect. You're gonna be like that. I'm not sure what I want to give you.
Huh? Give what? A present? You should have said so sooner! Gimme!
An attack, do ya?
What's it matter? Come on, what'd you bring? Let me have it, soldier!
Ah, Maria. Consider this a temporary parting gift. You'd been wanting one for a little while.
Ooh, is that a cartridge? From a Colt Navy? No way! Did you swipe it?
I'll probably catch hell for it too.
Wow! This is amazing! I always wanted to get my hands on the real thing! This is from the one hanging up in your house, isn't it? The one your dad was bragging about? They just started selling them this year. It's ridiculously hard to get your hands on one. Or so I hear. Man! Guns from a new world or something else, alright? Imagining the moment the hammer comes crashing down on the back of this sends chills down my spine.
Going crazy over a bullet cartridge.
What's the big deal? I like what I like. We'll get in trouble if you don't put this back, though, won't you?
Don't worry. I'll return it when you return. And I won't tell anyone I gave it to you.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll take you up on that then. Thanks, Jacopo. It'll be my treasure.
Goes without saying. But don't you lose it. I'm giving it to you as a symbol of our friendship. No matter how far apart we may be, or how much time may pass, or how things may play out with our families, we'll always be friends. That cartridge symbolizes that promise.
It's a promise, Jacopo. Our families may outwardly hate each other, but I'll always be your friend. Always be on your side.
And don't you ever go back on those words.
I swear upon this glorious cartridge, this historic land, and the names of my ancestors, I shall not make myself a liar.
Trust you, Maria. Meet again. Maybe many years from now, but that won't change a thing. Our friendship will never fade.
God, you were adorable back then. And short to boot. But now you've hardened so much. I was flabbergasted when I next saw you. Dressed all fancy from head to toe, you've become quite the smug little bastard, I thought. You sure weren't that little kid anymore.
You have quite the memory.
Well, yeah, I don't forget my promises. And I never forget I said I'd always be on your side. The question is, did you remember?
I did. I remember every word of you said that day. And, as I said, I left Castra Nostra as it was. Though it isn't quite some distance away now. I imagine if we went back and did a little work on it, we could have it looking just like old times.
And Nero?
Well, about a year after you left, he suddenly disappeared. And just for the record, I did take care of him, as you told me to. I'm guessing he got into a fight with another stray or something. I searched, but could never find him.
Oh well. It has been more than a decade. Not everything's gonna be exactly the same.
You, however, haven't changed a bit from the girl you were all those years ago.
Neither have you. Sure, you seem different on the outside, but at your core, I believe you haven't changed at all. Still the same old Jacopino.
Could you not call me that? I have changed quite a bit, unlike you, and I am well aware of it.
Say, Jacopo, do you consider me supportive?
Of everything you could have said. Of course you are. You're constantly supporting me, past and present. You are proof of the existence of a kind of friendship that can transcend gender, blood, and any other such distinctions.
No, it's honestly kind of bizarre seeing you without a stick up your ass.
Wow, harsh words.
Come on now, hear me out. You almost had me blushing there. Anyway, before you put that stick back up there, tell me something. Am I still your only ally?
You are.
Of everyone in this mansion, I'm the only one.
Yeah. If she would, at least, have a little more.
The madam?
I didn't actually intend to treat her like that.
Believe me, Jacopo. I know. I mean, from a girl's perspective, what you did is pretty awful. But hey, I'm not a girl. According to you, anyway. I will always be on your side, no matter what.
God, I feel as though I'm being consoled.
That's what I was going for.
I should have never opened up to you.
Ah. Hey, now's probably not the best time to bring this up, but I have a letter.
Letter?
Written by the madam. Here.
A letter? From my wife? Let me see it. What the hell am I reading?
I was considering keeping it a secret, but having seen it, I thought hiding it from you might only hurt you more, so I decided it was best to show you.
This. Metaphor. It's as if. But. That can't. I love you? Who's she writing to? I don't know this man.
Take a deep breath, Jacopo, and listen to me. The madam is having an affair.
Shit. Yeah, Maria.
I haven't changed a bit. If you seriously believe that, then I've got news for you, pal. Anyone who acts exactly the same as you did in the past is doing just that, acting. Much like I do around you. Our friendship will never change. Ha! What a fucking joke! You picked the wrong girl to put your trust in. And they call you astute. Can you taste the fucking irony? Well, that just makes things easier for me. But my god, it's suffocating playing the good girl. That stupidly cheerful little ray of sunshine, Maria. Ugh, sickening. On the other hand, the payoff is fantastic. I can't stop. God, watching him lose his cool was incredible. My sides hurt just thinking about it.
You're saying? You're telling me she wrote this?
Who else could have written it? It's in her handwriting.
Why? Why must she continue to betray me? Has she not taken enough already? What else could she possibly want from me? I told her to stay away from the gatherings. I had the rose garden torn down. Yet still, she finds other men. I warned her. I told her it wouldn't happen again. That if she betrayed me one more time, I'd kill her.
Jacopo?
Out of my way, Maria. I have to talk to her. Ask her what is this letter's about, who this man is. Depending on how she answers, I may have to...
Hold it, Jacopo. Calm down.
Silence! How am I supposed to stay calm right now?
Listen to me. Relax. You try to talk to her right now, and you aren't going to get anywhere. You're aware of just how frenzied you are, aren't you? Besides, you think she's going to tell you the truth even if you do manage to ask? Of course not! She may look all prim and proper, but that's not the real her. I don't think she's a bad person, but...
Not a bad person? The one who wrote this letter to another man! She crossed the line, you hear me?
I agree with you there. She's gone too far with this letter. But remember, she's your wife and the daughter of a noble. You know exactly what will happen if you lose control of yourself and do something to her. It's not gonna look good for you.
She may be nobility, but I have the Casca. We have our own way of taking care of these kinds of problems.
Still, it's plain as day it'll only make a bigger mess. No one else knows about this yet.
Are you telling me to act like nothing's happened? When she's so blatantly disrespecting me?
Jacopo, could you let me take care of it? I'm friends with the madam. You know that. She listens to me. So I'll make sure it gets through to her. Just how much you care about her.
I couldn't ask you. It'd be disgraceful.
Something to be ashamed of? did I tell you? I'm on your side and you're on mine. We're in this together. You can ask me things you couldn't ask others to do. I have tight lips. Anything you ask, I'll keep absolutely under wraps.
Damn! You're right. Yes, you're right. I'm well aware that I always lose myself in the presence. If I try talking to her now, I probably will do something rash, yeah.
I'll make sure everything works out. Got it? You and the madam can go back to the way things used to be, so you don't have to suffer anymore. I'll take care of it. I'm the only one who understands your pain. And I'm the only one who can help you out of it.
Maria.
Oh, don't make that face, Jacopino.
Thank you. Please, let her know that even if she is seen other men, and even if she does silently mock me for not being of noble blood, that I still love her. That I don't want to raise my hand against her.
You love her? That's a riot! You're too busy chasing your stacks of paper. You don't have what it takes to truly love a woman. I will say, though, I was surprised you lost your head that badly. Quite the little crush you've got on her. You could just sit down and talk to her like a rational human being, and presto! All your problems would be solved. But you can't even manage that. That's why you're in this predicament. Once you're convinced of something, Jacopo, you never let go of it. She's too timid to speak up for herself. Sorry, madam. I got nothing against you. I just didn't expect things to go quite this well. There's no stopping now. Not when I've got this much momentum. Also, watching a pretty girl like you break down gives me goosebumps. You're still convinced I'm the only person you can trust?
How did he react to the letter?
Well, yeah, about that.
Would he not take it?
Oh no, he took it. Just, don't feel too bad about this, madam. He said he's too busy with work. And tossed the letter aside. I told him to make sure he writes you a reply, but he hasn't gone around to it at all.
I see. That's a shame.
It kills me to see you like this, madam. I don't get why he has to be so heartless. Not even taking a little bit of time out of his day to read the letter you poured your soul into writing. It's unacceptable.
I'm sure he really is busy. Did not throw it away though, did he? I imagine he needs to read it when he's no time.
Madam, for everything he's done to you, you still think he means well?
I have faith. My timing was poor, so I believe in him. I believe that the day will come when he gives me his attention again, as he did before.
Madam,
So, I ask you to believe with me, Maria. To have faith that he will once more show me his love, and that mine will reach him. Something tells me that it will all work out if you pray for it.
Yeah, okay. If you're fine with me praying, I'll pray. I'll get down on my knees for you, madam. I'll have faith.
Thank you. I would like to write another letter. When it is complete, could I ask you to deliver it to him?
I'll give him as many as you want. As many as it takes for you to get through to him. You really ought to learn not to be so trusting, madam. Take a real close look, and you'll see exactly who it was that ground your happy little life into dust. Thank you, Maria. I'm the reincarnation of the Mother of God? Oh God, I can't hold back the laughter. This is a stage of my own creation. We didn't have enough actors, so the playwright had to take on a role herself. But that only adds to the excitement. Yes, this is all my masterpiece. They're just ignorant puppets dancing to my tune. From the first shot to the last, blind to whose finger is sitting on the trigger. Is this me?
Yes.
Listen to me, Jacopo. And try to keep your head. I saw the madam meeting with another man behind your back. You know, the arch in the rose garden? The far side's out of sight from the mansion, making it a perfect place to hide. Saw her back there. From the looks of it, the madam is having her meetings with one of the men who comes to your business gatherings. And they don't act like they're just friends. But just to be clear, I don't have any solid proof. So it'd be best if you didn't mention this to her yet. I don't want to start throwing around accusations only to find out too late it was all a big misunderstanding. I'll get to the bottom of it. So I think the madam might have her eyes on several men. Being a woman, you know, I can tell these things. She's giving these suggestive looks. But to whom I can't pinpoint. A lot of people come in and out of this house after all. What? You want to keep her from leaving her room? That might be for the best. With so much going so well, it makes me think even God's on my side. You could just talk it over with one another. But they won't. And they're in deeper and deeper shit for it. You're the only one I can trust, Maria. And the timing that night, my God, it was perfect. Hey, Jacopo? You could just be misreading her, but something seems off about the madam. Like, she's been on edge or something. I tried to egg her into revealing what's going on, and she let slip that she might be going out somewhere tonight. She's not going with you, is she? You were going out to survey a construction site today, right? Then I'd suggest you get that taken care of quickly.
Dance? This time of night?
Yep. And since it's so late, no loud music. All you get is a little whistling courtesy of me.
But this room is too small for...
We'll use the Great Hall.
Wouldn't that put us in everyone else's way? He would probably complain about the noise too.
No need to worry. Jacopo's out inspecting some factory or something today. After that, he's got a meeting, so he'll be staying the night elsewhere.
I thought he would not be back until tomorrow.
And how would you know that? No, forget that. Does my staying the night somewhere else have an effect on you? You were just waiting for this opportunity, weren't you?
No! What would I possibly want you out of the house for?
So you know better than anyone. What's that smell? Perfume? You get perfume. And I have to say, you seem to be having quite the time. Look at you. You're out of breath. Red as a beet. I made the right decision coming back. Where the hell were you going?
I'm sorry, this is all my fault. If I hadn't asked you to dance, and me bringing the perfume only made things worse.
No, you need not feel bad about anything, Maria. Everything you did was with my best interests at heart.
She doesn't even suspect me in the slightest. And I was able to put that perfume to great use. That money-sucking leech Tommaso showed up at the perfect time, too. I'm pretty sure that's when Jacopo started getting actively violent. Jealous man is a wonderful thing. Always imagining the worst and making matters worse for it. Wow, is that you, Tommaso? It's been so long. What brings you here?
Oh, look at who it is. Little Miss Campanella. There's a surprise. Didn't expect to see you this side of the Great Blue.
Oh, you know, I've been giving Jacopo a hand.
Huh. Well, color me impressed. After what happened, I wouldn't have thought you'd want nothing to do with him.
That was between our parents. Jacopo didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, it'd sure be nice for all you younger generation to go through life without nothing to spark that kind of powder keg. Not that it's my place to talk.
No need to worry yourself about any of that. So what brings you here, Tommaso?
I'm a little, you know how it is. Having a bit of trouble staying afloat.
Ah, I see. So you're here to beg for offerings? Pretty shameless, Tommaso.
No point in having shame if it ain't making money. Toss that out with the chamber pot. Hell, might make things easier if I just quit being human altogether.
Are you that hard for cash?
Unfortunately. Numbers were supposed to go up, but for some reason they ended up going down instead.
Might be best if you kick the gambling habit.
No, that's like telling me to go off myself.
I bet. So, say, Tommaso, maybe I could pitch in a bit too.
Oh, you mean it? That'd be a huge help.
There's seriously not a scrape of shame in you. However, in exchange, I'd like you to do something for me.
Someone whose face needs a visit from my fists? Depending on the number, I could also possibly cut them into chunks and toss them into the ocean.
Whoa, keep it clean. I'm not asking you to do anything like that.
What is it then? Something a lowlife like me can do?
It'll be easy. And it's nothing bad either. You're going to go to talk to Jacopo, aren't you? Well, there's something I'd like you to tell him while you're at it. You know he's married, right? He can get pretty nasty with his wife, though.
That's so. Sounds like she's got it rough.
She does. And she's religiously devoted to him, too. I've been trying to nudge things in the right direction to get her back on good terms with him, but I haven't had much luck.
Ain't that something the two of them should work through?
Normally, yes, but it's reached the point where I can't bear to sit back and watch anymore. I don't like seeing the two of them in pain. I want to do something for them.
How noble. You're pretty devoted yourself, little lady.
I'm not important right now. Just doing the right thing. But the thing is, Jacopo won't hear a word of it. I figured maybe you, being a man, might be able to get through to him a little better than me.
Doubt he'll listen to me either, to be honest.
Come on, you used to be really close though. And I doubt he hates you.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Anywho, talking's something anyone can do. So what do you want me to tell him?
I need you to give him a bit of a scolding. Tell him the madam came to you asking for advice and that she accidentally let it slip that the way he treats her day to day causes her grief.
I never met this wife of his before, you know.
It works even better that way. She's so downtrodden she can't talk to anyone about it, and she thought that maybe you, being family, would be able to help. She's never met you, but she's still latched onto the ray of hope. And I'm sure when Jacopo finds out she brought it up with family, he'll know he can't keep mistreating her. Things like this, they hit home harder when they come from someone on the outside.
You make a decent point. Just remember, little lady, all I can do is bring it up with him. Can't guarantee it'll change nothing.
That's all I need you to do. Thanks a bunch, Tommaso. Alright, one more thing. This is some perfume that's grown quite popular recently. Ask him to give it to the madam as a gift. If you won't take it, you keep it. Give it to another woman, sell it, whatever you want.
Perfume, eh? Very thoughtful of you. Women do like getting gifts like that.
Yes, we do. If Big Bad Jacopo gives her some of that, they'll be lovebirds again before you know it. I'm sure of it.
Never thought the day'd come when I got to play Cupid. Now I'm starting to get kinda excited about this.
Stay focused, Tommaso, and thanks. Also, you didn't hear any of this from me. I'm fine just pulling the strings from the shadows. Their relationship's in complete shambles. And Jacopo still insists he fucking loves her. And the madam says she still believes in him. Seriously, how stupid can you be? Poor Jacopo. Poor Madame. Now then, let's see where this boulder rolls to next. And how far it keeps rolling. Naturally, I'll be nudging it along its way.